Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Well, it seems the WNBA has officially gone off the frickin' rails. And I know, you might be thinking, what do you mean they've gone off the rails? They've been off the rails. Yeah, well, I don't know about that. I think they're pushing the ante quite far here. And this time, it's not just unwatchable basketball and the persistent broadcasting of hate crimes against Caitlin Clark. No, this time, it's yet again another full-blown activist moment on national TV, and it might be the dumbest, most insulting moment yet. During All-Star Weekend, yes, apparently that's a thing, I know nobody knew that was happening, but yes, during the WNBA All-Star event, the female players marched out wearing shirts once again demanding an increase in pay, and the slogan on their shirt said, to quote, "Pay us what you owe us." Owe us, you say? For what? For what exactly? For running a league that hemorrhages tens of millions of dollars a year? Yep, here we go again, the MSNBC victimhood train is pushing forward full steam ahead. These people are beneficiaries of one of the most general financial charity projects in sport history, but of course that's never enough. Nothing is ever enough for the woke radical feminist crusaders. No surprise there, the feminist grift never quits, so here we go again with some more woke WNBA brain rot. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so yep, it's a real thing. It's all the buzz all over social media.
That was a very powerful moment. We didn't, at least as players, we didn't know that was going to happen. I think it was just all of us getting on the same page for the game. We wanted to do something that was just united and collective, and I thought that it was a very powerful moment and got the point across. And sometimes you don't have to say anything.
And you know what? I've been doing this a lot lately, but what other reaction is possibly appropriate here? Can we get a freaking facepalm, please? I want to make it really clear. I don't hate women. I don't want to see discrimination or people being treated differently just because of their gender, but can we please be clear in the situation once again? The WNBA is not even a real business. It's a failed business that's kept alive for optics. This league has never, not once, turned a profit since its founding in 1997. That's almost 30 years of bleeding tens of millions of dollars on a yearly basis. In 2024 alone, they reportedly lost $40 to $50 million. Essentially, the entire league is less of a basketball league and more of just a weird social experiment that's dead set on setting money on fire. Set the Benjamins ablaze. The only reason the lights are still on is because the NBA, which by the way owns a 42% stake of the WNBA, well, they subsidize the WNBA's losses year after year to the tune of $10 to $15 million on average annually. And now add on top of that the extra $25 million a year that WNBA players are now spending on charter flights because, of course, taking public flights was so beneath them. They demanded that in the name of equality, and so the WNBA started letting them use their charter flights or their private planes, and now you've got a league that is just an utter financial dumpster fire, and here they are asking for more. And what's most insulting, what's so intellectually insulting, is that they walk out with these shirts with a slogan that writes, "Pay us what you owe us," like they're freedom fighters fighting discrimination. But what exactly are you owed? These players are already making six figures to play a sport that nobody watches in basically empty arenas in a league that survives off NBA welfare checks. You're not owed a damn thing. You're lucky to have a job, and if anything, you owe the NBA and all the shareholders of the WNBA a return on their investment before you could start demanding for a massive salary. There's just something so weird about the WNBA, it's not even a sports league anymore. It feels more like a DNC-hosted feminist group therapy session. And it's not just the players. Take a look at the crowd. Here's a viral photo going around with all of these grown adults sitting in the bleachers holding signs that say, "Pay the players." What are we even doing here? This is supposed to be professional sports, not the dumbest political protest of all time. Who brings these kind of activist signs to a basketball game? It's as if we're looking at the crowd of a DNC fundraiser event rather than an athletic event. The whole thing is just cringe, but again, the point I want to keep reiterating, it's dumb. And some of the arguments that are being made here, they're just brain dead. Here's an activist tweet that's currently going viral on X. We've got somebody claiming to be a payroll expert who says that even if a company isn't profitable, it still has to pay employees their worth. What the hell does that even mean? I'm seeing all kinds of of feminists in the comment section saying, yes, queen, yeah, exactly, that's how it's supposed to work. But obviously, that's not how business works. Worth is determined by revenue. And if your league brings in $200 million but burns $250 million in expenses, I mean, everybody at the company automatically by default is overpaid. You don't get to set your own salary expectations and standards, dictate what the salary market is based on emotions or vibes. Steph Curry's getting paid $50 million a year. That's the top end salary for a professional basketball player. Therefore, Caitlin Clark should get $50 million a year. I mean, that's just the dumbest logic ever. Does that mean that the G League players should also be getting paid $50 million a year? I mean, again, just dumb, stupid, dishonest. And no, WNBA players are not generating massive profits, which are being taken away from them, hidden by the patriarchy. The revenue is tiny and they have literally zero profit for almost 30 years. They don't have a lot of media deals. Their merchandise doesn't sell. The tickets are practically given away unless Caitlin Clark is playing. Viewership is in the gutter. And so obviously you can't get a $45 million max contract like LeBron, and clearly you don't have the leverage required and necessary to argue for more revenue share because the league, the business, just doesn't have it. If the WNBA was a massive sports league and, female consumers actually supported it, well then sure, they could get paid what they're owed. In that instance, if they're generating billions upon billions of dollars, well then certainly it makes sense. But obviously what they're demanding here makes absolutely no sense. And if you applied this standard to literally any business, that business would speedrun bankruptcy. And this is the major problem with modern feminism in sports today. It's not about equality, it's about entitlement. They want equal pay without equal value. They want NBA salaries with YMCA numbers. Essentially, they're demanding special treatment, not fair treatment. And then, of course, they cry oppression, patriarchy, misogyny, when people don't go along with this delusional nonsense. The truth is, the WNBA, again, is not a real business. It's a corporate activist shtick. And if you really look at it objectively and logically, the players aren't underpaid. They're wildly overpaid for what they bring in. And the fact that they still whine and posture and pull this pay us what you owe us garbage is proof that this league has become more about feminist grievances than basketball. You are entitled to and owed nothing.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
The reality is you're being subsidized. The WNBA is a charity case, and frankly, it's a charity case that probably should have ended years ago. If a league cannot sustain its own existence, then very frankly, that league should collapse. That would be the standard for any male league, but for some reason, there's a different standard here. There's a word for that. It's called privilege. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.